Hello truth seekers, and welcome back to the channel, where we bring you the eye-popping truth about the fabulous life of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're back here again today, this time with one more audaciously scandalous hit of Harry and Meghan piping hot takes. And I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this one here today's got my blood absolutely boiling. I mean it, folks. Get ready to strap yourselves in because I'm about to let you have it buck wild style with the fury on this one. But alas, before we can wade headlong into the roiling waters of this revelation, if you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the explosive content we have on the way. So here's the scoop for you now. Our old buddy Prince Petulant and his insufferable wife Meghan have just gotten back from their totally non-royal tour of Nigeria. And after milking that poverty-stricken nation for all the staged photo ops and empty NGO PR they could, what should Harry do but have the audacity, the unmitigated gall, to take a colossal steaming crap all over his own family back in the UK? That's right, in some stunning interview, Randy Harry took some awfully disrespectful potshots at the royal family, smugly implying that they're all just a bunch of dusty old farts who don't know how to properly meet the people and inspire positive change like he and his wife do on their virtuous woke arm-storming tours. But wait, there's more. It's not just about Harry's latest blunder. It is about a pattern, a recurring theme in which he and Meghan are constantly posturing themselves as the enlightened saviors of the modern era, all while comparing their family to relics of the past. Their trip to Nigeria was to be a humanitarian visit, a chance to shed a light on important issues and develop goodwill. But instead, it became just another excuse for them to foist their own image while, not so subtly, or not subtly as the case may be, denigrating the very institution that Prince Harry was a part of at one point. Let us examine more closely what they actually did in Nigeria. They met with various communities, took countless pictures, and made speeches about empowerment and change. Yet, many critics argue that these were little more than shallow gestures, if that. The real change cannot be effected with a touch-and-go visit and a couple of media spectacles. It is easy to say you want to help when the cameras are rolling, but the true measure of their impact will come in the lasting results, if any. Meanwhile, back in the UK, the royal family is constantly laboring, often without fanfare, to serve countless charitable causes while maintaining the dignity they exhibit towards their roles. It's not as glamorous, and it doesn't always make the papers, but it is work that has meaning and has lasting impacts on the lives of those they set out to help. Harry's offensive comments are not just unfair but a slap in the face to those who dedicate themselves to these endeavors. I mean, wow, just wow. The entitlement, the arrogance, the stunning lack of awareness and decency. It really is a shock even for these two. As royal biographer and Cardinal Harry truth-teller Angela Levin so intelligently said, this is a despicable and dreadful snub to the very monarchy that one time embraced with open arms this little mama's boy of an ingrate. For him to throw his family under the bus and their entire modus operandi like that in service of his own self-aggrandizing messiah complex. Absolutely disgraceful and unforgivable behavior from a so-called prince. You can almost imagine the smug look of satisfaction on Harry's face as he said those cutthroat remarks as well. He seemed to relish the moment and the sense of vindication that has eluded him for so long. It's almost as if he was finally exacting some kind of long-awaited revenge against the monarchy for all his perceived childhood slights and trauma. The monarchy, which has traditionally approached their duties with humility, avoiding spectacle, and placing the crown above all else for centuries, is now being mocked by one of their own. This behavior is an affront that is a stark contrast to the dignified and selfless image that the royal family has tried to justify for centuries. Harry's actions are not just a personal betrayal but a public denouncement of values that have been long revered. It's the same old selfish, we know better than you arrogance these two clowns have shown from day one of Megxit. Since their departure, Harry and Meghan have continuously positioned themselves as the modern, progressive alternatives to the traditional monarchy. However, their actions are often self-serving and hypocritical all the same, further alienating themselves from the very public they seek to influence. And let's be real here, we all know where this sudden hostility against his own blood is coming from, don't we? None other than the evil puppet master wife Meghan, who has such a poisonous, self-serving way of stringing words together in her vast mental authorship concerning how the world should be thinking and behaving. This is her cunning handiwork all through. Meghan, with her studied charm and cunning diligence, has very craftily worked over Harry and distanced him from his family and his roots. We all know her scheming game far too well by now. Meghan's influence can be seen in Harry's sudden change in behavior and attitude. Once an admired prince, celebrated for his sense of duty and camaraderie, he now carries the look of a man obsessed with bitterness and resentment. Her divisive tactics have not only alienated Harry from his family but from a nation that once widely embraced him as one of their own. This tale of betrayal and manipulation is not just tabloid fodder but a deeper reflection of a clash of cultures. Meghan represents an end to the royal traditions, a force that rebels against the status quo, with often controversial results. It is certain her presence has sent shockwaves throughout the royal family, shaking apart cracks that were once securely hidden away. In the end, the spectacle of Harry's recent behavior is more than just a mere squabble between family. It is an operatic unfolding of a clash between tradition and modernity, duty and self-interest, unity and division. The consequences of this feud reach beyond the palace walls into the realm of public perception and the very nature of what the monarchy represents. As the dust continues to settle, one only can guess at exactly what the future holds for this once indestructible institution foundering in the throes of a very public, very painful transformation. Anytime Harry does or says something dramatically hurtful or inflammatory against the royals, you can trace it back to Meghan's campaign of increased alienation against them. This unmerciful war is intended to drive a wedge between father and son, brother and brother. She is his personal aim to the yang of his bitterness and resentment against the family he cashed in on for decades. Just be sure to listen to how self-congratulatory and smug Meghan was as she virtuously primped her way through their empty NGO side shows in Nigeria. She took the time out to condescend deprived people by doing the drive-by handshake and pose for cringeworthy photo ops before scampering away to the next PR event. There is not one shred of genuine compassion or humility to be found, just cold, calculated optics from which they market themselves as some kind of woke version Kennedy's knockoff. Does it get any more haughty and tone-deaf than two ridiculously privileged drama queens making a vain attempt to rebrand themselves as some kind of people's royals? They give each other these inflated pats on the back pretending they care to listen to the people and enact solutions as if they were Che Guevara. Meanwhile, the real royals have dedicated their lives to selflessly serving the very same undervalued communities and causes. It's beyond parody. You see now why these two grifters are under a perpetual cloud of controversy and scrutiny. They are both incapable of acting in good faith or with a modicum of humility. It seems their every action is a calculated move to sustain their public profiles while destroying the very institution that once carried them. Meghan's tireless mission to paint the royal family in a negative light only underscores her own manipulative nature. It's the ultimate juxtaposition compared to the quiet, steadfast service shown by the rest of the royal family. It not only taints their personal relationships, but the charitable work done by the royals over the decades. It is a drama of a never-ending soap opera, in which their need for relevance and compassion most of the time overshadows the genuine intentions behind the things that they are doing. The never-ending need for attention and validation can be seen through their well-thought-out appearances and pronouncements. In the grander sweep of things, this duo and their activities can be viewed as a modern cautionary tale of what could happen when personal grudges overshadow any kind of sense of duty and service. Theirs is a cautionary tale of the perils of letting all we do be about personal grudge and how it thrives in the spotlight. As they continue on with their campaigning for the cause, the only real hope that one can have is that the spotlight will return to the actual work of those who do genuinely serve with compassion and as a calling. Ever having to outdo and outpace the work of everyone else in their pathetic need for relevance and media adulation, the activities of Meghan and Harry have most definitely stirred controversy. For Harry to so unrepentantly and shamelessly disavow the very real humanitarian work done by his own family for generations is absolutely appalling. Of course, taking it all at face value, it yields a question of philosophical interest. Who in their right mind actually thinks the British royalty have no idea how to greet the people at the heart of the causes they support? This is a family that has been serving in the role of goodwill ambassador and statesman of the Commonwealth for hundreds of years. They were the people who first held the role of representing the less fortunate and increasing global awareness for those underadvantaged long before Harry and Meghan were even a passing fancy. Their approach to philanthropy is a product of a sense of duty and tradition that characterizes a steadfast commitment to the betterment of the lives of those less fortunate. The royal family, through the length and breadth of the history of the institution, has arguably done more tangible, meaningful philanthropy work for the world than all of the shallow, superficial self-promotion tours of Harry and Meghan combined. This is through continued life commitment and subdued, servant leadership in grace, not through occasional year-long parachuting into poor nations for temporary media show-offs and flooding social media with sweetie-woody sloganeering text messages and scripted candid shots. Their actions are about long-term commitment, huge investments, and real understanding of issues which shape their causes, wherever in the neighborhood of the staged performances and more performative displays of celebrity activism. That is the difference these two have always failed to make. While Harry and Meghan appear to be all about capturing the headlines and seizing social media influence, the royal family's modus operandi has always been more thoughtful and genuine. Their efforts are not about the spotlight, but about making a real difference. They have championed causes related to mental health, conservation, and children's welfare with a level of commitment that goes far deeper than mere public appearances. For what it's worth, even within the modern post-Diana zeitgeist, the likes of Prince William and Kate have more than upheld the family's tradition of down-to-earth compassionate outreach. Their approach of being relatable, accessible, and down-to-earth in their connecting with the common man is beyond reproach. Prince William's own efforts with mental health charities, as well as environmental initiatives, and Kate's own work with early childhood development and family support, have modeled a hands-on, empathetic approach that is well loved by people from all walks of life. The fact that they have shown a sense of continuity of these efforts is a testament to a broader sense of appreciation within the royal family for the unique role that they play and the responsibility that goes with it. Their engagements are more considered and planned out in a manner that seeks to make a sustainable impact, often working with experts and local officials to make sure that their contributions are both respectful and effective. This is a far cry from the more transient and often self-serving initiatives that Harry and Meghan have been criticized for. In a nutshell, the royal family's efforts at philanthropy are grounded in a bedrock of real concern, strategic thought, and a desire to build a legacy. It is this unbroken sense of commitment that has gained them the respect and admiration of many, and, in the process, has set a dauntingly high bar for what real service to others should look like. Harry's latest explosive comments have set off a nationwide firestorm, compelling the masses beyond the particulars to unleash a larger discussion over respect and loyalty. There need be no faux shrieking or woke word salad sermons given to understand the gravity of this situation. It's about representing the people with humility, just as any true figurehead would exhibit. Harry's words, upon closer scrutiny, were, in the final analysis, nothing more than bitter invective, steeped in lies and utter contempt for the very institution that is the only reason for his own existence. Mark my words, this latest embarrassment is only going to serve to isolate Harry even further among his ever-vastly shrinking group of supporters and media sympathizers. Angela Levin is already calling for blood, and you can bet other respected royal experts are already sharpening their knives in return. The more we are exposed to these unforgivable provocations from Harry, the clearer it becomes that he is nothing more than the fading echo of a mouthpiece for the latest Meghan agenda. He kowtows to her whims, and her insecurities, meanwhile tearing down the unimpeachable glory of the crown time and time again. With each fresh humbling provided upon his family, Harry is quickly wearing away the last vestiges of public respect or goodwill he ever enjoyed to begin with. Each fresh disparaging comment and act of poor judgment only reinforces the seeming contempt Meghan holds for his family and birthright. This whole notion calls to mind the old saying, behind every spineless husband detached from reality is a profoundly insecure, manipulative wife using him for her own selfish ends. Harry's actions have not only humiliated himself, but they have humiliated the royal institution as well. His willingness to trade his dignity and integrity for even the hint of Meghan's acceptance speaks volumes to his mindset. The public sees right through this act, and their patience is growing thin. Well done, Harry. You have somehow managed to take Meghan's disdain for your own family to new heights with your careless chicanery. Your poor choices have once again managed to outweigh any cries for reconciliation or understanding. The public conception of you has changed radically, and it is becoming increasingly difficult to see a way out from this. In short, Harry's recent actions have done irreparable harm to his standing and reputation with the royal family. His incendiary words have hurt not only his family but have let down and alienated many of his supporters. It is a sad and backward situation which shows the importance of loyalty, respect, and humility, the last three things seemingly lacking in Harry's vocabulary. Some way, somehow, you have found a way to scrape a new low, even after the shockingly disgraceful examples given over the last several years. It is dismaying and pitiful in equal measure to see what a creampuff you have become. If Daddy Prince Charles and Big Brother William had even a modicum of respect or family love left for you, that has been eroded and chipped away to nothingness by these latest cheap shots you have disgracefully taken. Whatever modicum of honor you had has officially had the life squeezed out of it. Your once proud legacy is now nothing more than a shadow, soiled by scandal and disgrace. At this pace, the only real question that remains is just how much lower you, and Meghan the wife, are going to degrade yourselves by brown-nosing those third-world nation masses you so wantonly pander to. It is mind-boggling to see how you have time and time again put yourself in league with those who do not understand or value the dignity and heritage of the royal family. But then again, I have a feeling we're all going to find out soon enough. As you all continue to clamor for validation from the public, it has become more than obvious that your every step is dictated by an insatiable need for attention and validation. The lengths you are willing to go to just to stay in the limelight are nothing short of incredible and really quite pathetic. So what did you guys think about it? Do share your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you all think. Until next time, stay tuned for more shocking stories and scintillating exposes on our YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to find out the latest news from the world of the royal family. Thank you for watching. We will see you again with some more interesting news about the royal family. Bye for now.